My mic sounds nice. Check one. Hey, welcome back to Nerds of the Apocalypse. This is Preach, and I'm apparently starting the show off today because these two are fighting about who is starting the show off.
He's just butthurt because I do it better.
How am I butthurt? I don't care.
No, I said he is.
Oh, so that y'all are fighting over that. So how about we take a vote? Everybody go back to listen to the shows.
Well,
Mike, Stevie B, and now mine, which sucks by the way. Intro. We don't have to use it if you don't want to. So do y'all want to start over, or are we cool?
Just go ahead and announce everybody.
All right, well, we're here at Heroes and Dragons. They are having a Labor Day sale. It is Labor Day, right? I kept saying Memorial Day earlier this week, my bad. All right, they're having a Labor Day sale, and some pretty good deals. I don't know everything. I'll let Stevie B talk about it, but here as always with me, and I'm Preach. This is Stevie B.
I got a B-wing.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
All right.
not a euphemism, by the way. It's not. He actually
like he legitimately has a B-wing.
That's right.
Awesome. All right,
I came in the door, and all toys are 25% off, and there was a B-wing with a co-pilot, or with a pilot, for $15, and I said, mine. It's like I had the orange ring on. Mine.
And also, you're
and
done.
the cockpit
Stop.
rotates.
You're
okay,
done.
I'm
Stop.
sorry, I'm done.
We'll talk about the cockpit in a minute.
Well, stop
Anyway, and always at the end is Mixmaster Mike and Mr. Trexlight down there.
Just realized that I had the headphone in. For no reason whatsoever.
Mixmaster Mike.
I mean, it works, right? Mixmaster Mike.
Mixmaster Mike, I guess. We'll take it.
All right, now,
Mixmaster Trex.
And now that the introductions are aside, Castastic is not here with us today. We don't know where she is.
We love
Text,
her.
call,
Okay, we
everything
know
else.
she's in a safe place.
Well, yeah, that. Sorry. We just haven't been able to.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
she's not, like, dead or anything.
No. You know,
I hope not.
maybe she had a busy night at work or something last night. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
There you go.
But that doesn't mean she stood on a street corner. That's not what I meant by busy.
I mean,
All
she
right.
may have. No, I'm just.
Wow.
I'm just playing.
Okay.
I'm just playing,
kidding.
Kath.
We're playing. All right, but anyway, now you may speak of your B-wing with
I've
the
already talked
rotating
about my
cockpit.
B-wing.
No, you got to show the rotating cockpit.
Well, it rotates. You've ruined it for me.
No,
by
I haven't.
by being a butthead.
Fine, I'll show it.
No, it's
Here,
my
everybody.
B-wing. Not yet. I
All
haven't
right.
bought it, but.
All right, check it out. See, I don't know if you can see in the camera because I'm way down here on the end. That's why I wanted Stevie B to do this. But
Give it
see,
here.
there we
yeah.
go.
For people listening, it's a B-wing. If you know what a B-wing is, when you hold it one way, the cockpit, and then the cockpit has a weight in it.
You know, we could
so-
have our buddy Dante
So it
distribute
just
this because there is a second camera.
oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Oh.
be the camera guy.
Hey,
We-
we're gonna use our token
No, we have a roadie.
reference
A
guy
roadie.
there.
He's got big muscles and he's a roadie.
Let's make sure he's in the shot. All right, there you go.
He's,
All right.
he's a roadie.
Yeah. All right. He called it a V-wing.
It's a B-wing.
Yeah, I'll get that. Sure.
No.
There's a button on one of the sides.
No, I just opened them up. It's okay. Don't worry about the B. Dante, why don't you introduce yourself? Well, hold on.
He,
I know, that's what I'm
he
saying.
seems so
Come here, hold on.
nervous.
Introduce yourself.
Well, the only time black people like me in front of cameras if we did something wrong. So
What? Wow, that's so racist. What about him?
Hi.
Wait, he's not black. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Moving on.
Wow.
All right, back it on up.
You know why Dante's awesome, everybody?
That's why we kept you on the mic, because
Don-
you know
Yeah.
black people do well on the mic.
Dante's awesome because he is a big fan of Sons of Anarchy, which is by far one of mine and Stevie B's favorite shows. No, we'll just go with Sons of Anarchy right now. It's September 10th, everybody.
Wow.
Good plug for
I
FX
still need
and
to
Sons
watch
of Anarchy.
the last 3 episodes.
I need to
Wow,
watch the
okay,
entire
you're not as big a
series.
fan as I thought you were there, buddy.
I lost them. I have to borrow them from the internet. Anyway,
Oh, wait. So we're going to do a rule that's against Trex down there, and
no. The only reason,
No,
the
we're
only
not gonna go
reason
into that.
The only reason why we gave Trex crap is because really his feelings and everything were. It's like
Can I please live my life as a hypocrite in solitude?
Yeah.
no, not around us, dude. You can't live as a hypocrite.
He's like
it's not going to
saying-
happen.
I don't play with toys.
What?
I'm a kid. I'm a grown man. But then he goes home and plays with like Star Trek toys. And
You're
we're like, wait,
this
we
is
thought
the
you
wrong
said
analogy because
we're
I
like,
have
wait,
none of this.
we thought you said you don't play with toys. You're like, no, it's Star Trek toys. It's okay.
Yeah.
No.
And it started off with, I don't bootleg movies, but I got a bootleg copy of, what movie was it? The
Wow,
Avengers.
you dropping my name like that?
No.
FBI, do not pay attention whatsoever. What's going on here?
No.
No,
Because see, it was all good. See, he was able to bootleg the movie, no problem. Because
he does not.
because
My
no
address
FBI. This is the disclaimer. FBI is because when the movie came out on Blu-ray, he went and bought it.
Because when the movie came out on Blu-ray, he deletes it.
Exactly, and then he deleted his
I do it
bootleg
one
copy.
time.
So therefore,
I do it one time.
he didn't steal it because he still paid for it. But while I was in a movie theater, he decided he was going to get a free copy of it.
Oh. That sounds like...
Well, if you don't see me
that
for a
is-
while.
That is sound logic. Sound logic. I mean, I'm going with that. Sound logic.
We get arrested.
It makes
I'm
no
gonna
sense.
go to
He's
jail.
not going to
You're
get
not gonna get
arrested.
arrested.
We
For
get
one
fined.
movie.
The
Look,
FBI doesn't watch
Look, the
this.
FBI wants people that pirate thousands of movies at a time, not one.
They go after the distributors, not after.
Yeah.
Thank
the guys
God.
that, the copies you buy at the flea market, those
That
are the
being
guys
said,
they want.
We don't see Trex next week. We know.
Oh, well, then there's now the Nerds of the Apocalypse with Stevie B and Preach.
It already is Stevie B
And the,
the
Oh,
and the
shut up.
incarcerated friends.
It's okay, guys. Seriously.
Shut up.
I
It's
mean,
not
I
okay.
would be proud to have Stevie B in front of anything I did.
Wow.
But see, the problem with you being in front of anything we do, especially if it involves a camera, we can't be seen.
Stop it. That's mean.
You want to be in front of everything.
Can we get on? Can we get on with the show, boys? Oh my gosh.
It's not mean because I'm his best friend, and
Whatever.
he knows I don't mean it.
Oh, you guys should have a duel for who's the bester friend.
Well, he's known you longer, so he's got the length best friend. But when it comes to this side of the stuff, I'm the best friend. Is that? Would you not agree with that? We got the long friendship because he knows Stevie B a lot longer than I have, and then you got the nerdy friendship that me and Stevie B have. That's what makes us best friends. Yeah, but see, you're so much. Never mind.
Oh,
Don't know what's going on over there.
then. I think
Ugh.
we've spent about how long have we been doing? What's the
That was
time
just
at?
the intro.
We're on 7 minutes, and Trex has barely said anything.
I know it's
I
awesome,
think
isn't it?
that's a record.
Oh no, it was a record the last show that he wasn't on,
And
and
how-
you still heard him in the background.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
awesome.
you still heard me?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
oh,
I can
yeah.
hear
Oh,
you.
I'm
No,
so sorry.
yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I just nobody cares.
All right.
No,
My
but-
bad. I was doing my own work.
So now we're gonna vote YouTube. Whose intro is better, Trex, Stevie B, or me?
Who do you want to be the host of Nerds of the Apocalypse? If Trex wins, I quit.
I'm with you because so far I feel like I'm better than both of you.
Well, hold on a minute.
God,
I have
you're
that-
getting
I
super
have that
butthurt. Is it
radio
early
voice.
for you? Are you getting butthurt this morning?
I'm not getting butthurt. You have a radio voice?
I have that radio voice.
So
So I don't
what's-
have the face for TV.
What's my...
I
I have a
definitely
face
don't
for
have that.
TV.
God, your face hurts me every time I see it.
Stop it. Wow. So,
Oh, man.
anybody who's still listening is just enjoying the insults.
That's
So-
right. We
It's like
actually
watching-
used
So far...
What was that show, Snapped? It's like watching Snapped from MTV.
So far, I'm fat, Trex is ugly, and you're dumb. All right. So there we go. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you never again, I guess. Because we're just a fat, ugly, stupid show. We're changing the name. We'll be Fast. That's the new podcast name.
It's fuss.
It's fuss, not fast.
Oh, sorry,
There's no
fuss.
A. Fast.
Don't put up a fuss. We're changing the name. Boom.
We're no longer NotA. We wasted our money on these shirts.
Yeah,
I
we gotta
like
get the
them,
new
though.
one, and mine's gonna say fat. Yours gonna say
Stupid.
and it's gonna say ugly. I feel bad calling Mike ugly though. I mean, I don't feel bad.
You don't feel calling me stupid?
No,
You know
because
what?
I mean,
Forget you, Stevie B.
I
If
don't-
we weren't in a public
the
setting,
diff-
you
I
know
guess
what
the
I would be
difference
saying
is,
right now.
is I don't really think Mike is ugly. He called himself ugly. You, on the other hand,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
clear
ugly,
that I'm
dude.
fat. It's
Hey,
pretty clear.
everybody can look in that camera right now or that screen and tell that I'm an ugly dude. Like I'm not gonna. deny
Your
that.
wife thinks you're
guys are-
pretty.
you
I know.
are
That's all that
both-
matters. I don't care
Stop
what
it.
they think.
matters.
You guys are both beautiful.
Go ahead, kiss ass.
Yeah, he likes.
Are we actually
He
gonna-
likes to be the favorite, by the way. In
I
case
am
you
the
didn't
favorite.
know that.
There's no like to be. There's just fact.
Fat?
And that's the fact.
Did you say fact?
I
or
said
fat?
fact.
I thought I heard fat. I was about to say.
There's
Yeah,
just-
I didn't hear a
man,
C.
there's a
I
little
didn't
bit of
hear a C
that.
in there.
All right.
So what we have on the agenda?
All right.
All right, I'm
What's our
done.
first
I'm done introing. It's
Are
his
we?
turn.
Are
Wow,
we gonna?
that's an intro.
I know that was good. Are we gonna? We're gonna talk about the big news first.
Yeah, why not?
What are you? I'm Ben Affleck.
See, no one's really gonna get that reference.
What? If you've seen the if you are a Batman fan and you've never seen the '90s Batman movie or the late '80s Batman movie, then you need to hand me your Batman card.
Maybe it's because you're doing it at such a high-pitched voice that no one even
That's what he
understands
says.
what you're saying.
That's how the guy goes. He's like, "What are you?" He's like scared.
Oh yeah, he's. What are you?
See, that can work.
But it was still high pitch. I didn't do. What are you? Like that. I put a little more acting into mine.
You know what I feel like?
That was the acting that was wrong.
Before we get into this, here's what I think about. I was thinking about this the other day. Tell me you think I'm wrong. Okay, I think
You're wrong.
Being a people who are like Batman fans kind of drive me crazy sometimes because I feel like being a Batman fan is like being the football fan
Be careful how you're going with this.
of
by
a
the way.
team that's good and winning constantly. You know, it's
They're called bandwagons.
yes, exactly. I feel like being a
Bandwagon.
Batman
Gamecock
fan
fans.
makes you.
Wow, easy killer. Because I've been a Gamecock
Yeah.
fan for a long time.
That's why I feel like being a Batman fan is like being on a bandwagon. You're not really repping, right? You're just like, oh, everybody loves Batman, so I will too.
I'm not in that category, right? Because
Well,
if you
no,
try to
no,
put
no,
me in
no,
that category, we're gonna have a problem.
Well, I want to say because you read Batman comics, but I said that once on a Facebook post
From AMC, yeah.
from AMC about movies, and I said that, and I was like, I bet all you people claiming that Batman's so awesome has never even read a Batman comic, and I mean, I got chastised, like someone called me a Batman snood or something.
a comic book snood.
A comic, yeah, and I was just like, whoa, crazy lady, and I got really, really mad because I was at work.
And you
And
couldn't say nothing back.
I couldn't reply back because you can't. The app hasn't set up for that. I really wanted to call her out, and then when I got home, it's like 10 hours later, and I was like, well, there was already like 300 more posts, so what was the point? But it kind of, I don't know, man. I had to talk about this with a guy at work. There's a guy I work with who writes comic books, and he has a blog. It's called the Flashback Universe. Shout out to Jim Shelley. Check it out. It's really cool. He's got really good stuff. But he talked about it was a blog post he put up about girl gamers and how people get mad and say they're not, or girl nerds, not really just girl gamers, but girl gamers and girl nerds, and how people they chastise them because they're not real nerds. You know, they don't really know. They're just kind of repping because it's the cool thing to do now. And he put on it was like, he's like, are you guys serious? Everybody should be happy that they're even slightly interested in it. It's pretty much right. It's like you need to leave them alone. And that's essentially how I feel. I mean, but I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
You were talking
Ben
about,
Affleck is Batman.
You were talking about comics. When they called you a comic snood, and then you were giving a reference to Jim Shelley.
Back to the big news.
You were talking about Jim Shelley. You were having a conversation with him, and he was talking about his opinion of Batman fans.
Oh, my opinion of Batman fans. Yeah, no, that's what I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. I got so excited talking about Jim.
And I'm the stupid
I know,
one.
right? Exactly. I'm sorry. I was so excited talking.
Obviously.
But I put on there. I was like, at first I agreed with him. I was like, yeah, everybody should love comics. And I was like, I do realize that I get that way sometimes, man. I get where someone's like, oh yeah, I love Batman. It's like, man, you haven't even read a Batman comic. You don't really know Batman. What you see in The Dark Knight, that's not. I mean, that's Batman, but it's not. Dark Knight Rises, not Batman. Dark Knight Rises was not an accurate representation of the Batman in comic books.
No, it's a terrible representation of Batman in comic books.
Batman would not quit for 9 years because his
8.
girlfriend, girlfriend passed away.
Wasn't even his girlfriend.
Wasn't even, yeah.
Yeah, at the time she was like
She was
in love with Harvey Dent.
Because
yeah.
why does Batman become Batman? Because his parents die, he becomes Batman, but a girl that he just kind of liked dies, and he quits for 8 years. Perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
All the time. But onto the big news.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I
Back to
went
the
off
big
on a
news.
rant
Yes,
that
you
I
did.
lost my train of thought on, and it sounds terrible. So I'm sorry about that.
It's
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Everybody's like, Ben Affleck's going to be a terrible Batman. Ben Affleck's a terrible Batman. And I'm just like, has people really not seen some of the movies? And they always only bring up one movie. And everybody knows the one movie that they bring up. But they forget about the 20, 30 other movies that he should have won Oscars for
It's
and
been
stuff like that.
13 years. 13 years.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's like, oh, but he was the bomb in Phantoms, yo.
Thank you for putting yo behind it.
Thank you, you're welcome. He got really mad that I didn't do that last time.
But here's my thing: is Daredevil? He had nothing to do, and I know he's not going to have anything to do with writing or directing the Man of Steel
That's
sequel.
sad, by the way.
But you know what? We say that we know that, but what do we really know how that's going to work? You know what I'm saying? Guys like him that's been directing, and I mean, look at the movies he's directed and the movies he starred in. You don't just not give him any say in how the character is going to be portrayed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to have some influence. But what it really boils down to is you compare him to Daredevil. That's all everybody thinks of. Daredevil, it's so bad. It was so bad. He just did what he was told to do at the time because he was not, at that time, did not have his own production company yet. He was still in development of all that. He hadn't started directing movies really well yet. You see what I'm saying? He was still in the learning phase. So he was doing what the companies, basically, that produced and directed the movies, told him to do. He didn't write that movie. He portrayed that movie how it was written and how that director told him to play that role.
Well, so can we really blame him for Daredevil, though?
No, we
can't.
cannot. It was a bad scripted movie.
It was terrible. Terribly scripted.
I haven't watched Daredevil since high school, probably.
Because it makes you
13
hurt.
years.
Yeah, it makes you hurt when you watch it.
I want to go back and watch it now, and just to see.
Colin Farrell, I think he did a fantastic job. Not fantastic, but I mean, he did a fine job with Bullseye for that era. 13 years ago.
Yeah, but see,
you know what?
That was before Batman Begins. That was after Batman and Robin. So it was like a terrible era for comic books.
It was. And let me put it in reference like this. Robert Downey Jr. gets cast as Tony Stark for Iron Man, the first one, right? You mean to tell me he's never been in a bad movie?
He did star in Ally McBeal.
Thank you.
That was a TV show.
It does, but I mean, it was. I'm just talking about overall bad anything that they've done. You mean to tell me Robert Downey Jr. I always call him Tony Stark because that's how I remember him now.
I call him Robbie.
Yeah, but
what?
You call him Robbie?
That's enough.
Okay, you're done.
What?
Anyway,
I've been following his career for.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a phenomenal actor. But you mean he's never played anything bad? Let's look at Johnny Depp. Phenomenal actor. But he's made bad movies.
Lone Ranger.
Never saw it.
Oh, too soon?
But that's what I'm saying. He's made bad movies, but nobody criticizes him for any role that he picks.
They criticize him because he plays the same character.
Sort of, yes. Well, between the pirate movie and the Lone Ranger, exactly the same character. But now his offbeat movies, his independent films that he does for directors,
yeah,
those movies.
He wants to put on Buddy that he will have a role in Star Wars.
Okay.
Because it's Disney, absolutely, I agree.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
I think that's. But you see how I'm comparing this. So you people are freaking out about Ben Affleck. He's a terrible Batman. I'm like, why? I don't understand why. Show me why he's going to be a bad.
And the only reason that they give is because
of
Daredevil.
Batman. And that's it. That's the only thing they got.
That's not a good representation because at the same time, that was a Marvel movie.
Exactly. But you forget about all the other stuff he's done and focus on the one bad thing. Like that doesn't make
politicians. That's what we do.
It doesn't make any sense.
The point is this: that most people, they don't know how he's going to do his bad.
Exactly.
Everybody's just assuming he's going to do terrible. Let's leave our judgment.
Everybody's really afraid he's going to get that deep raspy voice.
Let's hope that goes away.
Yeah. No growl. Stay away from the growl, please.
Where is she? Not everything. Not yet. Who ate my sandwich in the fridge? Alfred!
You really shouldn't start with the head, because everything gets all fuzzy.
Where's she? I mean, Ben Affleck essentially has the look of Bruce Wayne.
He does. He has that.
And really,
he can pull off that charisma.
How hard is it to play Batman? You throw on a mask and punch people.
Well, George Clooney did it, and he smiled.
He did smile.
Oh,
he smiles, Batman.
George Clooney did it, but see now George Clooney played an awesome Bruce Wayne because he has the appearance for Bruce Wayne.
I like Val Kilmer's Bruce Wayne.
Val Kilmer, same thing. Who did not truly, and now I love this guy. I think he's one of the best Batmans or guys to play Batman and Bruce Wayne in any movie, but Michael Keaton.
It was rough, that first movie.
The first movie, he did not really have the Bruce Wayne persona.
What are you guys talking about?
He didn't.
It was the first movie. It was really rough. The second movie, he pulled it off to a T.
I don't know.
But
I disagree. I think Michael Keaton is the best
Batman. I said that. I just
down.
said that. He is the best Batman in all the movies.
You know, I went back and watched the first one.
But I'm just talking about the Bruce Wayne aspect. He did Batman perfect.
I went to Florida to see my brother, and we put on the original Batman. And, you know, I keep hearing that it doesn't hold up, but I think it's still, like, for it to be like a straight comic book movie, like, it's like watching a live version of the animated series.
It is.
Oh, 100%.
And it was great.
I still love it. I got it on, I think you bought it for me for
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, yeah.
I love it.
I think I was flipping through channels that was on TV, and sure enough, it popped on, and Jack Nicholson's Joker is dancing with the girl in that tower.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, that's just sick.
And you stop and watch it. Like, that's one of those movies when you're flipping the channel and you see it on TV, nothing else on TV matters
For
anymore.
me, it's Dark Knight. Yeah. If it's the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger and Christian Bale, it's like, there's no flipping channels anymore. It's staying right here. And it could be the last 10 minutes. I'm still watching it.
And the soundtrack was full of Prince. There's nothing bad about that.
No. But that's my opinion. I think Ben Affleck's going to do fine. I love all the pictures. I think the memes are great, and I love everybody saying Matt Damon's going to be Robin. I think it's awesome.
Listen,
but
this is what you need to know.
Give the guy a chance, man.
This is what you need to realize, okay?
What do you need to realize?
He's not the Batman everyone wants.
Oh, my God.
He's the Batman everyone needs right now.
You know what?
That's what you need to realize.
Sure, we'll go with that. But, I mean, what's your opinion? You like it or you disagree with it?
I'm saving judgment for when I actually...
You're kind of indifferent then right now.
When I actually see Ben Affleck as Batman. It's kind of how it was with Henry Cavill. I was like, okay, sweet, he's got the body for it, but I want to see him as Superman.
And then once you saw him as Superman...
It was perfect.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of people don't agree with me, I'm sure. I'm going to chastise, but
I think
for the kind of Superman movie that works, they did a great job. That's exactly how Man of Steel... Exactly how Superman should be in a movie right now with the way movies are going.
Yes.
With the way...
The darker tone of the movies, yes.
Right. It wasn't super dark,
crime.
but it was... And the whole destruction... I'm not going to get on my Man of Steel rant, but...
Zack Snyder, I didn't get a chance to read it, but he posted on Superhero Hype talking about the mass destruction, the casualty rating and the mass destruction that happened in Man of Steel, and I haven't had a chance to read it. So
when was that posted?
Yesterday.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, because he was talking about how it's going to affect, from what I understood, how it's going to affect the next movie and everything else.
Yeah, because Ben Affleck's going to come in with the bat check and...
Well, that's what I was like. I was hoping that
rebuild Metropolis.
That it would be like a Luther Wayne off.
Hey, you know what? It might be.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, and you know, this really got shadowed by the announcement of
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, but Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor
from Malcolm in the Middle.
No, not Malcolm in the Middle. From Breaking Bad. Forget Malcolm in the Middle. You need a dark individual. His Breaking Bad character, 100%.
Well, Malcolm in the Middle is pretty dark.
If you watch Breaking Bad where we are now in Breaking Bad, it's perfect because when he's Walter White in the public, he's still like this charismatic. No.
Yes, that's the word I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Charismatic.
Charismatic. Yeah, that's it. Charismatic. There we go. Okay. I am just all over the place in my speech today.
Stevie B's had a busy day or busy week at work.
It has been a terrible week. We have a major power outage at a nuclear fuel facility. That's terrible.
All hell breaks loose.
Yeah. And you work IT. But when he's Walter White and like making the appearance of Walter White to people, he's like a normal, and he's great at appearances, great at talking to people. And then when he gets around the meth and gets with those guys, he's just like this ruthless dude. He's just become like, and like those two, to like the public Lex Luthor, and the behind the walls like going after Superman Lex Luthor. It's perfect. Like I don't think they could have found a better actor.
And he's bald.
Yeah, and not only did he sign up for this, he's also signed up for 6 appearances as Lex Luthor. Man of Steel 2 being one of them.
Now, as much as I do, I absolutely found the news of that great. But for me, it's like, is he too old to play Lex Luthor?
No.
Because you got to think about it, man. Superman right now is 33.
Yeah. And Lex Luthor's
Right, 33?
See, now if you're thinking of Smallville scale,
I'm
then
thinking
they had him the
Smallville's
same
also
age.
From a little bit from
But
comic book, isn't
no,
it?
comic book, I think he's a
No,
little
he's
older
older,
than
yeah.
Superman.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a good 10
look
years
at
at
Lex
least.
Luthor now. He's like Superman's really young in the comics in the New 52, and Lex is pretty old.
Okay.
But I think it's a perfect way. Definitely got a good setup. What I would like to see would be Lex finding Zod's old armor and like all
And make the Lex-
Kryptonian tech and make the Lex suit. I don't want to see like Lex finding a way to superpower his human body. I wouldn't like that.
No. It's all tech.
We need to see a huge battle suit.
Yes.
And that's what he uses, like something that can withstand Superman, and that's what he needs to fight him with. And we need to see that. We need to see like a Batman, Superman, like this is how I hope the movie ends. Superman going toe to toe with Luthor, and like them two of them beating the crap out of each other, and somehow Batman uses his tech to shut down Luthor's suit, and like that's how Superman wins the fight.
And we also have to remember the fact that in Man of Steel, there is no ounce of kryptonite.
That doesn't
Not
mean
yet.
that means it doesn't exist. I mean, Snyder said that. He said it's just not in the movie. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist in the universe.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, man. The problem is, man, it could be really good or really, really bad.
It all depends on the script.
And how it's written. Because the actors you got, I mean, say what you will about Ben Affleck, he's an incredible actor.
He's an A-lister.
Exactly.
And we all know that Cavill can pull off Superman, clearly. And
He pulled off Superman and Clark very well.
And from what we've seen in Breaking Bad, like what I just talked about, Cranston could definitely pull off Lex Luthor.
Yes, he
So
can.
now that we've got the great actors in place, we need to. Then Diane Lane's returning. She was a great Ma Kent. Lois, it's okay. No, I mean she's good. There's no talk of Jimmy yet. I really want to see Jimmy. I love how they retracted that.
It was a woman.
Well, it was what was her name in the movie? Jenny.
Jenny, and everybody assumed it was going to be Jenny Olsen.
Well, that's what
originally
it was
casted.
as.
Yeah, it was listed on IMDb as that.
And I think the outrage was so hard that they took the Olsen out of the end credits and just had Jenny on there. I think we talked about that before. That was cool. But yeah, I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I like Michael Cranston as Luthor. I'm not gonna put judgment on Affleck until I see a trailer, at least until I see what voice he uses for Batman. Because I mean, really, that's key as Batman, right? Like what voice you choose to use.
Yeah.
Because the eyes don't really work because his eyes are covered. It's not like Bane where he acted with his eyes. You know, his eyes are covered, so it's really how you speak as Batman. That's really what does it.
And that's why Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman.
Exactly. So.
And that's where a lot of actors I feel are trying to get there, because you watch the animated series and you have Kevin's Bruce Wayne that's really soft spoken, but then he turns on the Batman voice.
Yeah, it's like hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah. But with Christian, it just went too gruff.
Did you watch the preview for the next DC animated movie where they do the Justice League New 52? They're doing that.
I didn't see the trailer for it. I didn't know it was out.
They're replacing all the voice actors. All brand new voice actors.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Kevin Conroy is not Batman anymore. Was it Tim Daly? I want to say.
Tim Daly was Superman.
He's not Superman anymore.
Nathan.
Nope. All they changed them all.
DCU, good luck.
So you took your A-listers, but I don't know. Speaking of voice acting, another nice segue. Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Rocket Racoon.
Go ahead.
I heard he was going to be hungover.
No.
No?
That was terrible.
Was that bad?
That was not work at all. You tried, and we give you the A for trying, but no. The execution was horrible. But, yes, Bradley Cooper is going to be the voice of Rocket Raccoon for the Guardians of the Galaxies. I'm hoping they do the chipmunk aspect. He talks normal, then they just up the ampage.
No, I don't think so. Where the high-ender like Bradley Cooper, you're definitely using his voice. They wouldn't alter it. If you're hiring someone like Bradley Cooper to voice it, you're going to want people to know that Bradley
Really, because I
Cooper.
doubt I'm really wanting to hear James Spader as Ultron. I don't want to hear James Spader's voice as Ultron.
Well, you'll hear his voice, but it
It'll
definitely
probably have
it
like
will
a
have
techno vibe to it.
Yeah.
Good, let's do it for Rocket Raccoon. Up the helium.
I don't think so. I did read that like Rocket Raccoon wasn't going to be the comic relief. I don't know if that was right. Am I wrong about that?
Well, let's also realize this: Vin Diesel is voicing Groot, and he's doing the motion capture for it as well.
I am Groot.
Yeah, so Groot might be the comic relief.
Like because it's so ridiculous, or because it's?
It's gonna be Vin Diesel's voice and his mocap.
Oh.
So
Groot's
the
gonna
only
be super buff.
the only problem I have with Bradley Cooper being the voice of Rocket Raccoon is I could see him playing another character in the Marvel universe.
Well, we talked about that, and they're using his voice, so he could be another character if they wanted to hire him, right?
Exactly.
So that's not a problem.
What other Marvel character were you thinking of?
I don't know. I just I couldn't really think of one.
We actually talked, and we were like,
but I was
man,
just
maybe
like, he has the height and the build that he could play another superhero or a
Star-Lord?
villain.
I think
Star-Lord, yeah.
Bradley Cooper for me was my number one choice to play Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I love Ryan, but Bradley Cooper was my number one choice.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Sorry, buddy.
You can only blame the script so much.
I think Nathan Fillion would be a better.
Nathan Fillion's too old, but I do agree. Nathan Fillion could have
He's
actually
not
done
that old, is he?
He's.
I like Nathan Fillion.
I don't think.
I love Nathan too, but I don't think he would have fit the.
I heard he's being cast in Episode 7 as Han Solo's brother.
Calm down.
I'm just kidding. Could you imagine
What?
if that actually happened?
The nerdgasm?
It's like
No.
wait.
We couldn't see Hal and no.
So that's Han Solo.
So I can't find Lex Luthor's age anywhere, by the way.
Well, it's
Even
Lex
on
Luthor's
DC's
age is-
website.
No, it's because it's all over the place.
Yeah, I was
It's
just trying to.
written-
I
it's
said in
written
comics now,
it's
and I'm
written
looking at
differently.
DC's website now, and there's nothing.
Oh,
there.
excuse me. Sorry.
Is that your alarm?
It's my wife, and it's Heather from Married to a Nerd. So she's
Wonder
on
Woman.
YouTube, and she knows I'm doing the show, and I don't understand why she would. Sorry, everybody. I
Because she loves
apologize. I'll chastise her for it on the next episode. Okay.
There you go.
Really? All right, so where we at?
Are we done with Bradley Cooper voicing Rocket Raccoon? Because if we're done with that,
Still
then we
loving
moved
it.
on to.
Still loving it.
I didn't say it was a problem.
The cast so far for Guardians of the Galaxy is really coming together. I might joke around with Vin Diesel being Groot and all that stuff. I mean, Groot is literally going to be nothing but a CGI character, and yes, I am Groot. Groot really doesn't
Are you
have.
Groot?
I'm not Groot.
I am Groot.
I don't have a problem with it. I could definitely see him doing something else. I agree. So
And with being the voice of Rocket Raccoon, I think this could be a stepping stone for Bradley Cooper to actually jump into another role.
Yeah.
He's not going to be Doctor Strange. I know that.
How do you know?
Because I don't want him to.
Oh, so
Wow.
so because you don't want him to.
Wasn't there a rumor that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was being pushed around as a front runner for that?
Yeah, I do remember hearing that rumor. Yeah.
That was a month or so
I know
ago.
it was the guy from what was it? Oh, Grey's Anatomy. I can't remember the actor's name. And sadly enough, the only way I do remember him from is because he's Dr. McDreamy.
Oh, that guy. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
I'm really sad I had to say that as it's recorded. But he actually.
Did you just call him Dr. McDreamy?
That's the only way I remember him. Because I don't remember his name. I don't remember the actor's name. I just remember because I watched the show. But he optioned the Doctor Strange script, the movie idea, and everything, and are pushing through. Now, he would play a great Doctor Strange because he already knows how to play a doctor. Well, I mean, if you watch the show, in my eyes, the way on how he has to struggle with his character on that show, it's pretty much Doctor Strange. He just didn't lose the ability of his hands.
I've only seen one episode of Grey's Anatomy, and it was I think it was a series premiere.
Trust me, it's a rough show.
It was about a guy. There was a guy with a gun in the hospital.
Yeah, that was the series.
And he was going around shooting everybody.
Yeah,
and, major characters were getting shot, and
one person. Yeah, that was rough.
I mean, that's all. I mean, we're not talking about Grey's Anatomy. So.
All right. They also did character profiles for all the characters for Guardians of the Galaxies on how everybody's history is going to be. Should we talk about that? It's not spoiler-ish, but it just gives character background.
Well, I mean, we are pretty much, the Guardians of the Galaxy podcasts, because that's all we ever talk about. So, I mean, we might as well, right?
Cool. Gamora is actually going to be a villain at the beginning of the movie.
Well, she is Thanos' daughter.
Yes, she's actually going to be working with alongside Nexus, who actually is the main villain of the movie, and Thanos apparently will be in the shadows orchestrating stuff. So we might actually see an appearance from him.
So are we just not going to get Thanos until? Is he going to be like the the final bad guy. What if this? What if like, you ready for this? Here we go.
Oh God.
Right? Because you know Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet, right?
We don't know.
Well, we
Well, I
don't
mean
know
that's
that
what
yet,
he
but
uses
that's
in the
what
comics, right? Okay, so get this. We do all this Marvel Universe, right?
Don't combine them.
Phase 4. You know what I'm saying? At the end of Phase 3, Avengers 3, Thanos shoots the Infinity Gauntlet, and he changes everything, and they reboot the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Different actors, everything. Everything starts over.
At the end of
Yeah.
Avengers 3.
Iron
You know
Man,
what's sad is
Iron Man puts it on and just says, reboot, and then everything starts over.
Well, I don't see him saying reboot, but I could see something. I could see that where he uses the time gem to alter everything so that all the people that have died and all the hurt and despair and you get it all back. Yeah. I can agree with
Everybody
that.
looks different.
Ben Affleck will be Daredevil again.
Wow, really?
No, Ben Affleck will be Iron Man.
Really?
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? You doing all right?
In a minute.
Good to see you.
I ain't seen you in a decade.
That's right. What's up, man? Good. All right.
Okay, so yes, more Marvel stuff apparently. James Spader, as I said earlier, is going to be the voice of. Well,
We say voice, but we don't know.
We don't know what
Yeah.
they're gonna do. I mean, are they gonna put him in the Ultron
he's going to be
costume?
Ultron, which no one, other than really our generation, I don't even think our generation even know who James Spader is.
The only reason why I know who James Spader is because of The Office. That's it.
That's literally it.
Because I used to watch The Office, and he was one of the first. He's one of the people who replaced.
Michael.
Yeah, and that's all I know him from. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
I've seen him in a lot of other
have seen
movies
a
from the
meme where he,
80s
like-
and stuff in the early 90s, but I haven't.
Well,
I couldn't name them.
Well, I saw the memes where.
Him and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
met
apparently
before.
he tried to get Robert Downey Jr. to blow him for coke or something, right?
Yes, that was a movie. Yes, that.
What movie was that? I
Oh
was like,
man, it's
Oh,
like
that-
something from Zero or something.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I cannot remember, but
that meme is flying around like crazy. But,
yes, it is.
but you know what I mean? Like, but I mean, James Spader is Ultron. All these like announcements. So why is Ben Affleck getting so much crap?
I know.
You know, it's.
I'm more outraged with James Spader than Ultron.
I actually read this on Bleeding Cool. It was just like, they announced James Spader as Ultron, and the internet doesn't care. That doesn't make any. Like the internet's like, oh okay.
Because they don't know who James Spader is.
It's just like what? But I don't know. I would say that he's probably just voicing him, right?
I would think so. I mean, Ultron is going to be nothing but an AI. He is going to be a CGI character, anyways. At least that's how I figure. James Spader definitely can't really mocap it unless they like scrawny him down, because James Spader is not that small of a guy. He's not that built.
I don't know. Maybe he's working out like Affleck.
From the town, just working it. Jeez.
Less than zero.
Less than zero. That's it. That's the movie.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. I mean, again, I don't.
Can I still be upset that it's Ultron in
Yes.
Avengers 2?
I'm still butthurt that Hank Pym doesn't make him. So I'm gonna go into that movie already butthurt. Like I'm gonna be pre-butthurt. Like that movie's gonna have to make me un-butthurt.
Maybe they mention it. Maybe it's like they say it's like Ultron is this villain and he was created by Hank Pym, and it leads into the Ant-Man.
I don't know. Old Joss Whedon was saying he
No.
kind of had
Yeah.
free reign of whatever he wanted to do. I'm pretty sure your Ultron is going to be Jarvis as a form of Jarvis. I have a feeling your Ultron is coming from Tony Stark. I mean, who else is smart enough in their universe right now to do it other than him? To accidentally make a superpowered AI.
Poor Hank. No love.
Well, but then why are you gonna do? I don't know. I'm still confused. Like, why are we gonna do Ant-Man after the Ultron movie? I just don't. I don't know.
I think it really messes up with Jocasta, because Jocasta is another AI that was actually born from Ultron that Hank Pym reprogrammed for his purposes.
Maybe Hank Pym takes Ultron, reprograms, and makes Jocasta. I don't know, man. Listen, we'll have to see how it goes. Cause I mean,
I have faith in the Whedonverse.
well,
I
mean,
do, but
they just haven't changed major things in the Marvel Cinematic Universe
Until now.
Like,
That's true.
There hasn't been any major things that have been just like totally different. That wasn't completely different from the Ultimate or the. Because I mean, things that are not the same from what people read. It's like, oh, but they did that in the Ultimate Universe. You know what I mean? Like, this is something. I mean, I don't know how Ultron goes in the Ultimate Universe. Do you?
I don't remember ever seeing Ultron in the Ultimate Universe.
I don't think he ever was.
I'm not sure. I know it's ending.
Yeah, I heard that too.
What, the Ultimate Universe?
Yeah.
It's being in the Hunger comics. It's being ended, and it's being eaten by Galactus. During the whole Age of Ultron thing, like there was this huge like time-space rift, and Galactus was able to get to the Ultimate Universe through like a rip in space.
Yeah.
And
And that's definitely a way how you end a comic series.
it's so good, right? But somehow they're bringing people to the what's it? The 616? Is that what they?
616.
Yeah, they're like Miles Morales is coming to the 616 universe.
I was gonna say, and now I thought Miles Morales was in the Ultimate Universe, right?
Yeah, he's coming to the 6. Like they kind of ruin it because they've announced the Mighty Avengers with him in it. So like they know.
That is right.
So so you already know he's going to be in the 616 universe.
And why is... I love you, Marvel. I'm a Marvel fanboy. I am. The Uncanny Avengers. What else what else? We have the Uncanny.
New.
We have the New. We have the Young.
We have Avengers.
We have Avengers.
Secret
Avengers. Now we have the Mighty, and it's being led by Luke Cage. Enough.
Do you know the gist of the Mighty Avengers?
No.
You don't know what the deal is?
Honestly, I saw Mighty Avengers, like, I don't care.
They're all not white, and that was the point of them.
Oh my gosh,
That was
the entire Mighty Avengers team
It is a demographic.
is
yeah. They're either Hispanic.
Is a minority Avengers, is what
Yeah.
you're telling me. So segregation once again.
I was just like
Seriously?
Well, and then if it doesn't sell, they're never gonna do it again, and it's just like you can't.
Wasn't the I Have a
Why
Dream
can't we-
speech
Why can't we just
anniversary
mix
just
everybody
a few
together?
days ago, and here we
Why
are?
do we have to separate it?
It's stupid. God.
And we say this, and then we're like, we just gotta see what issue 1 has, and it just kills me because it's another Avengers title, and we don't need it.
Well, I mean, how are they gonna pull that story off? Everyone who's not white, follow Luke Cage. You are now on a team.
So
Follow this line.
everyone that's white is going to be on the other Avengers? Like, I don't understand.
No, they're still gonna be. I don't know how Miles Morales is even gonna fit into what's gonna happen.
So you're black and Hispanic. You're a
think
double feature.
There's gonna be like a Spider-Man running book because Spider-Man 2099 is entering Superior Spider-Man.
Yes, he is.
Now it's gonna be Miles Morales. I can't remember the character
Oh,
name.
So there's going to be
his
multiple
name?
Spider-Man in one universe.
Because Spider-Man 2099. I don't know how long he's gonna be here though, or what the deal is with that.
Yeah, he came back in time to stop Doc Ock, right?
Well, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But does Doc Ock need to be stopped? I don't know. He did sort of kill Peter.
And he sort of did beat the hell out of Jackal, or which one?
Yeah, but that's like the whole should villains die for mass murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man, the new Superior Spider-Man's crossing that line.
I mean, let's be honest. If it was real life and this guy dressed in a costume like blew up. Now let's not get too political, but let's say that a supervillain was behind the Twin Towers. Okay, let's just. I'm not trying
Okay.
to-
Yeah.
Let's just say that
Okay.
and then a superhero fought him.
Superman?
Yeah, so let's not say Superman.
Saying superhero in general.
Because
Okay.
Superman's way OP. So let's. I mean, he just is because he could kill somebody with a thought, and he could subdue somebody with a thought. So using Superman doesn't work.
Okay.
But just look at a generic superhero. Okay, fights him, kills him. Is anybody gonna be mad? Is anybody gonna prosecute him, or is he gonna get praised? Is he gonna get thank God for this hero?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that gray line.
So can you really be mad at Superior Spider-Man for punching off the jaws of? He punched
That
off.
was not what you really wanted to expect in the first
punched off
issue.
Scorpion's jaw. It was so epic. He was like, "Whoa, Parker really was holding back." He was like, "Wow, the strength in this kid." So I don't know, man. It's that gray line. So Superior Spider-Man though is one of the best comics I'm reading right now. And some people hate on because it's Doc Ock, but listen, people cry because in Amazing Spider-Man they got the same old over and over again. It was
Yes,
the
they
same
did.
thing, same thing.
Yes, they did.
And now they switched it up and they're doing something great with it. And people are like, "Well, it's not the same old, man. It sucks."
I'm still trying to figure out what they're going to do with Superior Carnage.
Yeah, it's going places, so we'll see. But and it's like you're naive and dumb to think that eventually Peter Parker's not coming back. Whether it be 2 years from now, Peter Parker's coming back. And frankly, right now, I don't care.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm reading
okay.
Superior Spider-Man, and I don't care that Peter Parker's not there anymore.
But that's not his opinion when it all first started. I can tell you that
No.
because he
Yeah,
called
no,
me
we
several
all-
times after
yeah.
he read it and was like,
Yeah, he told me.
Dude.
I was like, what?
"Dude, they killed Peter Parker, and now Peter Parker's conscious is stuck in Doc Ock or something."
Not anymore.
And I was like, "What?"
Not anymore. So I don't. I mean, Dan Slott is just a credible writer, man. He's killing it,
Yes,
and
he is.
makes you not care about Peter Parker. And, and if a writer
Screw
can,
you, Peter Parker.
and if a
Screw
writer
you.
can make you not care about one of the most famous superheroes in history, then you're doing something right.
You are.
And I guarantee you, everybody who rags on Superior Spider-Man has never read it. They just don't like the idea of it. You haven't read it from the first issue to now. You didn't read it from what is it? I think it was issue like 697 where they
Yeah.
started the whole death thing.
Yeah.
And to now, you read that and let's talk. And if you still hate it, then I'm gonna slap you because you're stupid.
Stupid.
Okay, that was my Superior
Stupid.
Spider-Man, man. I apologize.
No kidding. My word.
It's just so good. And I
It
hate
is a good. It is.
Dude.
And I hate when exactly. I hate when people like rag it and you haven't even read it. It's just like when you talk about how good Batman is and you never actually read a Batman comic. Am I wrong for feeling that? I don't know.
I'm on the side on that one, man.
I shouldn't. You're right. I shouldn't judge people for repping, but it's hard. It's hard. It's hard not to for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a super fanboy.
What's your definition of reading a comic book?
You read I don't know.
Because I've never owned. I've never really.
No, you don't have to buy a
Well,
comic
man,
book.
I mean, I've never actually sat down and like read an entire Batman storyline. I might have picked up one or the other, just flipped through it a little bit, and I think most of my Batman knowledge really comes from my other friends who have known so much about Batman, and probably just like go on Wikipedia and just like looking up the stories.
But you're not repping Batman.
Yeah, you're not a
repping Green
Batman.
Lantern.
You like Batman, but you're not a Batman
that's
fan.
very true.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and you read Green Lantern regularly.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that's my point.
Okay, that's true.
You like Batman.
Yeah, I like him.
But you also like Superman. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You got them on the same level. Like you said that
Yeah.
above. You go, I like Batman. Well, you just Superman. So that's
Yeah.
They're not your favorite heroes, but you like them. You like the
I do, yeah, I
stories
do.
that come from them.
I do. The new 52 Supermans have been a lot better than what I've read in the past.
Well, let's be clear. Like some of them have been shit. It's hit or miss with that.
That's very true.
The stuff right now, like the Scott Snyder, woo. The Superman Unchanged.
How is that Batman Superman comic series?
It's actually really. I need to read this week's issue, but the first two issues are
With it's
amazing.
Prankster, isn't it? Or Trickster?
Yeah, Trickster. Yeah, like they get sent to Earth 2, and they don't know each. Oh man, I don't even want to. It's good. It's like they get sent to Earth 2 way before the Earth 2 comics start. Like if you're reading Earth 2, it's way before any of that happens.
Okay.
And like Batman heads back to the Batcave, and Catwoman's in there, and he's just like, what are you doing in the Batcave? It's like, don't be silly. Oh, we're gonna fight? Let's fight. And they like have a fight, and she's just like, wow, you're kind of coming on strong today, sweetheart. And he's just like, what are you talking about? I'm Batman.
Is that how you heard it?
Is that how you write in your mind?
Yeah, but I mean, it's good, and it was just because when he first shows up, he gets doused with kryptonite or something. I don't know. I don't know what. It's still a mystery, but he gets hit with kryptonite because someone thinks that he's like, because the Superman in Earth 2, when they went there, he's a lot older and more mature than the young Superman we got. And so he gets hit with kryptonite, but it's a huge dose that the older Superman can take, and it won't hurt him, but it really hurts the younger Superman. So it's stuff like that, man. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, so I'm trying to be vague. But if you haven't read it, go read it. It's really, really good.
Okay.
And the art's, it's like watercolor art. I really like it. It's just kind of it has this watercolor vibe, so it's different. But I like it a lot. Go read it.
Cool. All right. So what we got next?
Well, you haven't played the Turtles game, but we've played the Turtles game, so we're going to talk about it a little bit.
Cool. I'm going to drink my Gatorade.
Well, the new Turtles Out of the Shell game.
Yeah, Out of the Shadows.
We're still first impressions because you only played the first level, really.
Yeah, we played like what 20 minutes of the game maybe.
Yeah.
The controls are a little hanky.
It
takes some getting used to.
They're all over the place. It's definitely a big learning curve.
Yeah. But outside of that, man, the story seems like where they're going with the story, what I can pick up from so far, seems like the story is going to be really good.
And in perfect arcade game fashion, their cutscenes are comic books.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
But it's okay for the Turtles because I'm sure people are like, oh, this is stupid. But in case you don't know, the Turtles started as a comic book. That's where their origins lie, and it's a much more...
What color were their headbands?
They were not all...
They were all... What color? I know for sure. Do you know?
Oh, wasn't it red, right?
Yeah.
Originally red, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking black at first. I was like, that's not right.
You know what's funny though? As a kid, I got really mad because I was watching the cartoon.
Okay, I was about to say
the cartoon was huge when I was a kid. I had all the toys, and I remember playing the Nintendo game.
Yep.
The first Nintendo, not the second one, the first one. And on the cover, they had the first cover to the comic book, where they all had red headband. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, who printed this? I was like, is Nintendo this dumb? Clearly, there's 4 different colors. Nintendo. And I just, like 8-year-old TV was like, what?
You're wrong. I'm right.
Yeah, what is
Deal
this?
with it.
As like things never change. And I was like, what? And as I got older, I was like, oh, well, they're actually doing a homage to the comic book, so I'll allow it.
Yeah, apologize. You had the rights to Nintendo. And
Right,
apologize.
I am sorry, Nintendo.
20 years later.
That game
yes.
is so difficult. This game is I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah, that one was really difficult.
But we switched from we were fighting the purple dragon, and those guys are really easy. And then all of a sudden we're fighting foot soldiers, and I'm dying left and right. I'm just like,
oh yeah, they're
what
tough.
is going on? It's cool though because even when you're playing by yourself, you have all 4 turtles.
Yep,
And you use the D-pad to switch between them.
So you can beat all 4 turtles.
So if one dies, you just switch to the other one. So essentially, you have 4 lives. So
Use it right.
yeah. It is only 2-player split screen. That kind of...
No, it makes sense, dude. Really
Well,
does.
yeah, but...
Because you already said how small it was just playing.
Yeah.
But it's 4-player co-op online, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm. Even if it's just me and you, I'm looking forward to it. So.
I don't really like the voice acting for Michelangelo.
No,
You can tell it's a woman. Not that it's bad that women do men.
Does she sound hot?
No.
Oh.
It sounds very kiddie. It sounds very, very young. Like 8-year-old young, sort of. And I expect Michelangelo to have a deeper voice, even though he's like the playful one.
Yeah.
But
Totally radical.
But the
Yeah.
but the game overall, it's fun. The
But
story I think is going to be what sells it for
and
me.
it's definitely arcade because you're fighting on a train. At one point, a subway train, and I was standing between the 2 cars, just standing there.
Yeah.
On top of air. I was like, because I was thinking, I'm going to fall between the oh, I guess I'm not. Okay.
You can jump train to train, but
Yeah.
you really don't have to jump. You just run over there,
Yeah.
and he goes.
Like, we
It's
gotta
like,
jump. No,
So-
you don't.
But I mean, it's only $15, so you
Oh,
really
yeah,
can't get.
it's
I mean,
so
it's a
far
$50
worth
game.
it.
It's not like a $60 release because there are some $60 releases that do that, and that is ridiculous.
yeah.
But I mean, it's $15. It's fun. It's a fun co-op Turtles game, and it's got its flaws, but I like it so far. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna end. Krang's in it. Yeah, it's not
No.
Krang yet. But
And
in
you
the
know
first-
Shredder's in it.
Yeah,
They've
the
already
first
mentioned
level, You fight Krang's robots.
Yeah, the guys with the androids with the laser guns
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
that
Yeah.
was good.
But so far, just based on that, just a few minutes I played, I'll give it a solid 3.5. But once I get through a little more in the story, I think I'm gonna up that. I'm talking out of 5 here.
Oh yeah.
So like
you
right
went
now,
through
I'm
that
just
one?
looking at 3.5. But I think once I get a little more into the story, I'm gonna up it.
I don't think I'm gonna judge it yet because I haven't played it enough. I've only played it for a couple hours.
That's how most first impressioners do. They play for maybe like 4 hours and then they give first impression.
Well, that's why, and that's why I said I definitely a solid 3, maybe 3.5. But I think, like I said, as the story develops and we play it, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna go up. Because I could tell the story progression is already really good. Oh, and it's got a leveling up progression for each
Yeah.
turtle.
And
That's really in depth.
And
It's
in
really
between
good.
each level, you're in like the turtle house,
Yeah.
the sewer, and there's a bunch of stuff you can do. So I was a fan of that. You can do like a tutorial, which I probably should have done. So I might be able to fight better.
I didn't do that either, so I think I'm gonna go back and do that too.
What's going on? I don't really know how to use the health. I'm like, can you eat the pizza and gain health?
Guys, we're gamers. Tutorials. Psh.
I do every tutorial.
Well, most of the time now you get forced into tutorials. Like there's nothing you can do. You can't even skip it, even if it's like your second time playing the game.
How hard is a tutorial for Call of Duty?
Well, do you need a tutorial for Call of Duty? Really?
The only thing the tutorial is like the first level, and it says pull the left trigger to look down sights, right bumper to throw a grenade, Y to switch weapons.
I mean, do you even really need a brain to play Call of Duty?
Not really.
Yeah.
That's why the stupid guy plays Call of Duty.
That's right. And why the smart guy plays Final Fantasy? No.
Because it's.
No. I saw this really funny meme about the next Call of Duty. Because how they have like it's not even really destructible environments.
Oh, it's not.
It's
not.
like events. Like you shoot this thing and then this falls the same way every single time.
Yeah.
And like Battlefield, there was this meme. It was like the top one was Call of Duty. Oh, Call of Duty has
interactive environments.
Interactive environments, and it all does the same way. And then it was a picture of Battlefield 4 and like an entire like huge skyscraper like falling down on itself. And it was like, that's cute. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Smart people play Battlefield. That's all I'm saying.
That's what Steven
Head said.
Showtime. Sorry.
Showtime's like, you get into Call of Duty and you just don't have to use your brain. And I'm like, well, some people like that. Some people like to be dumb.
I'll tell you flat out. When I play Call of Duty, I play it for the quick adrenaline rush that it gives you, because you got to be fast, you got to know where your routes are, you got to know where people are going to pop up at. When you play Battlefield, you need to play with a team, you got to be strategic.
Yes, you do.
It takes time.
Yeah.
You just don't run in Battlefield like you do Call of Duty and try to shoot people. You got to move as a unit, or you're going to get murked every time.
That's why it's incredible that the people who do Battlefield are going to be doing the next Battlefront.
I know, and I'm fine with it, because like, I'm thinking about getting Battlefield 4. I've only played the games before. Now I'm actually thinking about buying one just because of the elements that are putting in it that are so much more realistic. So,
I mean, are they though?
What? Are they what?
Oh, for some reason I thought you were talking about Call of Duty. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. It's
I mean, I
my
still
work. I apologize.
I will still get Call of Duty, but I'm
the
actually
going to
get.
Would have more realistic.
I'm actually going to get
amazing.
Yeah. That I can care less about. But I'll get a Call of Duty because I've always bought Call of Duty. I've always played it. But
Call of Duty meets Fable.
Battlefield, I know, right? Battlefield 4 will be the first Battlefield game that I buy. Just because after what they've shown, there's not a chance I can't play that game.
As much trash as I just talked about Call of Duty, I will probably buy that over Battlefield.
You'll buy it before Battlefield?
Yeah, because I'm not good at first-person shooters.
He's not.
And I can at least get kills on Call of Duty.
Yeah, when he plays Call of Duty
There's
with
no
me,
way I ever get a kill on Battlefield. Like,
no, it's hard.
Find a tank and just go with it, man.
I tried to play Battlefield 4. I tried to play Showtime's account, and I was just like, I don't even know where this guy was. I just walk and walk, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. Okay.
When me and Stevie B would play Call of Duty, it was awesome because I put him in a game mode called Infected, and he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And he was like, why when I respawn, all I got is a knife, and I move really fast? What's going on?
There was one time we were playing Deathmatch. It was me, Preach, and Shadow. And I got the final kill, and I got like a triple kill.
Oh yeah.
But they show me on camera for everything that I'm worth because it was so terrible. Because these three guys, it was the airport level, and these three guys were posted behind like a bar, and I was like, up, down, got the middle one, up, back up again, down, got the guy on the right.
It was.
And then I like circled around.
And he gets the other guy.
Go around and then came back and got the guy on the right. It just looked horrible.
Oh.
And I just was like, I won, I got it. And everyone's like, wow, dude. No wonder you saw. I was like, spray and pray, brother.
Oh, dude.
That's how I
All he did was
there's a guy.
He pulled it, and he had a light machine gun, so he didn't have to reload either. Yeah. All he did was pull the trigger, and he never aimed.
Direction.
He just moved it around a little bit just to hit him, and he did it like in a figure 8 motion, so it was great. So it was like, up, I'll go down now, get that guy. Oh, I got that guy. It's great.
I was like, I am the winner. And someone was like, spray and pray. And I was like, don't get mad because I'm clearly way better at Call of Duty than you. Because that triple kill put me at like the top of the board.
Oh, yeah.
And that is somewhere that I like. Top of the board in Call of Duty, never.
What was really awesome, we were playing one time, and he was like, just set it up, dude. So I set it up in a hardcore match. I think he got 1 kill. He died like 19 times.
Actually, hardcore is better for me because the spray and pray tactic works a lot better.
Oh, yeah. All you got to do is one bullet, and they
I
drop.
kill people right away. It's like, oh, I got him. Got him. Got him.
But anyway, what's next, brother? Well, that's enough tangent on Call of Duty.
Well, we're going to talk about... next up is Villains Month, and I want to talk to Dan about it. So, are we able to pause everything real quick so we can get...
Take a break, pause it.
Dan set up, take a break.
Why?
Intermission. I'll do the intermission music. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you're getting Dan for setup. We can at least talk about what's going on in comics right now.
This is the intermission.
Which, I don't know what's going on in comics because I'm slack and haven't picked up my subs yet.
Very slack.
Shut up. I'm broke, too.
Yeah, I'm slack, too.
That's where it really starts is I'm broke.
All right. Well, we'll be right back, and we're going to get our special guest onto the show to talk about a little bit of Villains Month coming out for the month of September. So we will be right back.
Later.
That's not intermission music.
What's the intermission? Do 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 do. Is that better?
No, it's not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back. We are still here live at Heroes and Dragons in Columbia, South Carolina. We're actually here with the owner.
Store manager.
Store manager, Dan. Thank you for
Dan Slot?
What's that?
Dan Slot?
Dan Slot?
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna get you to sign.
I'm getting picked up.
Oh, so I was getting you to. I was gonna get you to sign my Superior Spider-Man.
Oh no.
No, just kidding.
We actually wanted to sit down because we want to talk a little bit about Villain Month coming in September.
Oh. For people listening, you can't see the face, but it didn't seem very enthusiastic.
No, it's not.
Well, I read a lot about Villains Month and how it's more DC than Diamond, right? It's DC.
Oh, it's all DC.
Yeah,
Diamond is free and clear on this.
How DC is treated. So tell me if I'm wrong. This is how I see it. Okay, I see it that people pre-order comics essentially. When you have subs, you pre-order comics. Yeah. Okay, and they're one of the biggest advertisements for these books everywhere is the 3D covers.
Correct.
And from my understanding is they didn't realize how much these 3D covers are going to cost to make, and they just happen to be like, well, you're not going to get as many as we said you were going to get. So that leaves some of your subscribers without 3D covers.
Correct.
That's kind of a problem.
It is. I mean, basically, this is what happened. I mean, they sat there. They announced we're going to do 3D covers in September because it's a September thing they're doing at DC every year. We said, okay, it's kind of 90-ish.
Yeah, very.
90-ish, but we're going to do it. And then they sent out a press release to us saying, this is going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread. We need to order. So us and probably every store in the store ordered. Then they come back, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't anticipate this. It takes too long of a period from when we do the FOC, which is freight on charge, I think it is when we do our weekly orders. And there's not enough time between that and when the book actually comes out to get more out. So DC goes, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, we don't have enough now. Oh, no. So now what we're going to do to help out the retailers, is going to do 2D covers.
Oh.
To make up for the difference.
But
everybody wants the 3D
right.
covers.
Any hardcore nerd that has their stuff subbed is going to be like, no.
Right. And then by doing that, then they're allocating the 3D, so now all those books are being pre-sold on eBay for astronomical.
I saw that. It's ridiculous.
They just made it a very hot book.
I mean, I want the 3D covers, but I'm not spending $50 for Batman featuring Joker's daughter, 3D cover, $50. Like, not a chance. No. I get in trouble for buying like $10
item.
Yeah, I get in trouble. I'm gonna get busted for that B-wing, for $10. I can't imagine. But to me, it feels very Marvel 90s. Am I wrong about that?
No.
What, the 3D cover?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just
It's very 90s covers.
But
But, it's just, I just didn't think they did a good job planning it. If they knew that they could not reorder or up the orders in time between the FOC and the street date, they should have advance solicited it, like they do graphic novels. Graphic novels are advance solicited, sometimes 6, 8 months
right,
in advance. They could have done the 3D. They could have put the 3D covers in previews back in April,
right.
and then have the FOC hit the stores again. Which, let me explain what the FOC is. It's where retailers can go back and correct their numbers from their original diamond order.
Okay, got it.
So they can either add more or get less. So they could have put it in April or May previews, then had it in FOC in June. That would have gave them 2 months to get them printed, the extras they needed.
Okay.
And then everybody would have been happy. But they treated it like a normal comic. And that's why, which any normal comic, yes, there's plenty of time. There's 4 weeks is plenty of time for the printers to print more. But 3Ds, they couldn't. So they didn't plan it. And so then they pushed us to order a ton, and we did, and now we're
not getting it.
Not getting it.
Mm. So is there like a thing where you have to have some on the shelf too, or is it all for subscribers, people who sub?
There's several books I'm gonna be short on. I'm gonna be short on for both the wall and subscribers.
Oh wow.
And it's not the low print run books either. It's not the Teen Titans, Green Arrow, little lower tier books. It's the major.
It's the plenty of those, right?
Yeah, I have all I want of those.
It's it.
Cool beans, I'm getting the Teen Titans.
Yeah, no, it drives me crazy because essentially it makes the stores look like they weren't doing what they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
And the response is, well, DC did it, and people are just like, so. But I mean, people who know the industry know that it's not. But I mean, just the regular shopper is just gonna be like, wow, where's my 3D cover?
Yep.
That's why I don't like it at all, because that's what happens. But I mean, you guys are really cool. I didn't really like the Villains Month to begin with. I like the idea of it, but the fact that how do you handle subscriptions when you have like Superman 27.1, .2, .3, .4, and then Batman? How many Batman?
Yeah, it's like 16 different 16 different issues if you take all the Batmans.
So if you don't follow the news and you don't get the guide or anything, you don't know. So you come in the store and all of a sudden you got 10 books that are $4 when you're supposed to only have 1 or 2. And you guys are really cool about it though, because the people coming weekly, you gave us check-off sheets. So that was really cool, and you let us pick and choose which ones we wanted. And you did a great sale where you 3 get 1 free. So that was incredible for you
for
to.
the subscribers.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really great. So.
Well, we were just trying to help because of that price hike.
Right. It's just, oh man, yeah, and they're all $4 because of the 3D covers. So you're already spending more as it is.
Yep.
And some of the stuff people want, and I don't know. I just.
And DC came out. I think people were attacking that, and they were saying, well, we're not publishing these other lower tier books to make up for the high cost. And I come back and say, well, the lower tier books are mostly $2.99, and these are $4.99. I mean $3.99.
Oh,
so
right.
You're still having to pull out more money for these books. And now I'm sure there are going to be people coming in here wanting to buy. We're going to do limit 1 on these.
Well, it's got to be, right?
We're
yeah.
going to have people in here probably upset.
Well, I mean,
wanted to have them for eBay. But it's not
I don't.
I can do about it.
I would only put my comics on eBay if I was like, my daughter was dying and I needed money. Yeah, I'm like that. But.
So senior year of high school when she wants to go to Harvard.
Scholarships. What should she's
good. A sport, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, play some soccer or something. I don't know. Figure something out. But Daddy, you have all these. No.
Your Jim Lee statues.
Yeah, I know. Whoa, we're not even. No. I do. Hopefully, I have the first appearance of Miles Morales, so I'm hoping that with the way they're spoiler alert, bring him into the 616, because he's. The Ultimate Universe is being eaten at the moment. Hopefully, he'll get a lot more popular, outside of Mighty Avengers. Anyway, and if popularity rises, the value of that first appearance will go up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I grabbed it first printing of the first appearance, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're changing it. He's not going to be Peter. It's going to be lame." And I was like, "No, no. $4 right now could be $100 later." So
That's right.
I'm willing to handle the business. So.
All right. Now going back on Villains Month, I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
well, I mean, it was really for me when I heard about Villains Month. Like we all said, it's like a really cool idea, and then coming from just a comic book reader, I read all the Green Lantern issues.
Right.
There's like 4 Green Lanterns. It's like, well, we got Sinestro. I saw his cover. I'm like, that's great. Who else do we have? I think what was his name? Mongo or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not Superman.
Right.
Like,
You know, I don't know.
Universe.
Well, and because some things you have to get though if you're a fan, like Superman, like General Zod. Like you don't know General Zod's place in the New 52. They just recently in the last issue, I think it was either Action Comics or Superman. That they had I read them all, so they all blur together. But the backup has been like Adventures on Krypton, like before Jor-El and are they even married? It's like how they meet and stuff, and like at the very end of it,
that's nice.
Jor-El meets Zod for the first time. And so that's his first appearance in the New 52. So and that's kind of how they get you because that just happened. So now it's like, well, now I got to get to Zod to find out all about Zod. So I want to read a lot of them, and some of them I just could care less about because
It was a great idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great idea. I didn't care for the price increase, and
Right.
I definitely didn't care for how they messed up the
see
orders. But it was a good. I thought it was a good. I like it. They're doing something every September. That's a nice little thing. But I mean, the Zero. That was very successful last September. The Zero.
Oh, the Zero issues. Those were good.
You know, and they didn't upcharge those, and they flew off the shelves.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
And you were able to order them. But this year,
my favorite Zero issue was World's Finest, believe it or not, because they had the backstory of like Huntress and Power Girl when they were still Robin and Supergirl. That was really good. I like that one. It just I don't know. I know I just said this, but I just have a thing because it makes the stores look bad when it's really there's nothing the stores can do about it.
nope. Well, you know, other than get more 2Ds, but
Yeah.
you know, that's just a regular book.
Right, and then people are like, wait, and then DC advertises everywhere. Get the sweet 3D covers, so people think that that's all there is. It's like that's all there's going to be is 3D covers, and it's like no, you missed it. You didn't have anything subbed, so I don't know. I'm just
No, it's going to be a month of headaches. I already know that.
No.
So it's definitely going to be a month of headaches. But I'm looking forward to October. We got The Walking Dead, so
oh yeah.
it comes back on TV, and they're doing the 10 interlocking covers.
Oh.
When they issue that month.
Yeah.
They're going to recut. They're going to do redo number 1 colored. They're going to color number 1.
Color it?
Holy crap.
Can I sub that?
Yeah.
Real quick. Are they gonna go back and do them all color or just issue 1?
There's just issue 1 right now. There's also a
It's probably gonna see how it sells kind of
Tyrese
thing.
special coming out, and they're doing a blank cover all in the month of October.
Like a sketch variant?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, that's
see,
done.
you know what we like to do? We grab sketch variants and we go to Heroes Con and we find an artist and we're like, draw us on the cover of this book.
Oh, cool.
We all got that done. Instead of like getting to draw like that, we're like, no, draw. I want to be on the cover of the Superman book. We all did that. I got Superman. Did you grab one? Did you?
I ain't get one.
Yeah,
this
he
year.
got. Preach got he actually got a Wolverine cover. He got John's Wolverine, and it's really cool just to see what the artists come up with. That's what I have a lot of fun with, just to see what they do. Because I really don't care as long as it look good. They drew Heather, my wife, on a Wonder Woman comic, and they gave her the dude draw her with like these huge boobs. That's the first thing you see. It was just gigantic. I was
She's
like,
very smart.
I was like, I'll take it. I'm okay with it. But no, it's why I love sketch variants. But I think it'd be fun to grab that. Maybe.
Yeah, did a huge order on all that, so that's going to be big in October.
Well, The Walking Dead. Man, if you had got that first issue of Walking Dead, man, it's.
Yeah, unslabbed, you're looking about $1,000. And
It's-
slabbed, it goes through the roof.
I read that it was like the comic that grew the most value ever.
Mhm.
Like it jumped up so quick, so fast because of how popular The Walking Dead was. What I'm hoping is that Revival gets made into a TV show. Because at Heroes Con for $40 I got the first issue.
Yes.
And I got Jenny Frison. Do you know who Jenny Frison is? She did the cover art for for it. And I got her to sign it. So I have it bagged and ordered. It was either near mint or very fine, and it wasn't graded, but it's my personal grade because my grade's the only one that matters. Anyway, but I got I got I got her to sign it. I was really excited. And there's also a cover by Scotty Young. I think he did a cover revival
Yeah, it's
too.
over there on the shelf.
He was at Heroes. I saw.
Yeah,
He
I
had
saw.
a big crowd.
But that wasn't out yet, so that issue wasn't out yet. Scotty Young was good. You should have seen him. He was so nervous at the Scotty Young table. He had all his he came here, got all the baby variants. And he was just standing there.
It was like a 5-year-old.
He was honestly just standing there, and there was no one in line, and he was like. I was like, what's your problem? He's like, I'm sorry that I'm nervous, Steven. I'm sorry. I was like, do you want me to get him a sign for you? He was like, no. Yes.
Yeah,
Can you please sign it for me?
Just go ahead. Here.
I was like, it was like.
But I got 25 out of like the over 30 signs.
Wow, that's great.
So I'm missing a few more. So when I go back to a convention, I'm just gonna try and.
Well, you got a few more because you had some out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they reissued them. Yeah.
So he needs to get those signed. So after that, he might have the entire baby variant run.
That'll be a great run to sell on eBay when his daughter goes to college.
See, you can just
not for yours.
Oh, come on, man.
For my future child.
Right. But maybe we'll talk to you again after Villains Month because we'll be back in October for.
Oh yes,
we'll just
we're
promote
doing
that.
Halloween. I don't know the exact. Sorry, I'm not
It's
up
okay.
on that. Halloween celebrate. I don't know exactly what Diamond's calling it, but it is Halloween free. Basically, I call it Halloween free comic book day, where we'll have a ton of free comics.
Oh.
They're actually going to do mini comics this time. I'll have regular size free comics and then their little mini comics.
Okay, that's cool.
I guess they're doing the minis like for kids to put in their little bags of candy or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Well, that's the way I'm thinking it's going.
Okay, that makes sense. Are you gonna have Oh, we should bring candy.
Yes.
We'll bring
to bring candy.
We'll bring a little bowl of candy.
But yeah, we're planning to have some guest artists here and
that's
some
cool.
other activities. We're just planning it now. It's our first year doing it.
That's cool. Yeah. Well,
Diamond's been doing it the last couple of years, but we decided to jump on board this year.
All right. So maybe if you have a second, we'll sit you down then and we could talk about how Villains Month actually went.
That'll work.
And how everything went.
Talk about Walking Dead because that issue would have already been out.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
There you go.
Get you your cover so you can
go get us drawn as characters from Walking Dead.
Yes.
You know, unfortunately.
Zombie CVB.
That'd be perfect. Just all drawn as zombies on the Walking Dead cover. That's so perfect.
That's done.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I can sub that, right? I can.
Yes, you can.
All right, sweet.
You can get everything. Did you want all the 10 interlocking covers?
We might have to talk. We might have to discuss that.
I understand. I understand.
But gotta talk to the bank.
Yeah.
The bank.
I see. I can get away with the sketch variants because she thinks that stuff is cool. Like if I tell her why I bought the sketch variant, she'll think that's cool that we're all getting drawn as zombies on a Walking Dead cover. She'll find that fun. But just because I want the 10 covers to go, I can't really. She'd be like, it's the same book. I'll be like, yeah. She's like, but it's the same thing. Yeah, I know.
But the cover's different.
The cover's different.
Yeah, she'll
that'll just one ear out the other.
Yeah, she won't fathom it. There's some stuff. See, I know how to work it. Hopefully, she never watches this. But I know.
You're incriminating yourself.
I know the right things to say to get her to understand why it's good. And see, when I come home with that, I don't know if the turning cockpit will work, but that's what I'm going with. It's the price point and the turning cockpit. So that's what I'm hoping works.
I don't know. That Preach doesn't seem like it looks like you need a better battle plan.
Well, she's gonna give grief about it.
I don't think she's getting mad. 10 bucks. See, she'll be mad. We'll see. We'll see. 1 year Preach not here. And I think it was before you were here. We spent. We came. It was our first free comic book day that we ever went to, and we spent.
I love this story.
What we okay. This is what the flyer was not worded right. Okay, it said half price. 50% off collectibles. Okay. So when I say I think all this is collectibles, like I think, if I can collect it, it's a collectible. It didn't say half off like secondhand stuff. It said half off collectibles and 10% off new stuff. And so we got these statues. We got the DC, the DC Universe Online statues. I went crazy. I think I had the Superman one. I had the Batman one. I got the Green Lantern or Green Arrow. I had 3. And I had the DeLorean. I had the Back to the Future Part 3 DeLorean. And I brought it all up, and my total was almost $400. And I was like, and so then and she didn't understand this. It was so busy and so crazy that I just ran the card. I said, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about it. And,
I did the same thing.
And so we walk out, and we stop at the car, and we look at each other, and we're like, this ain't right. This wasn't 50% off. And then we went in and talked, and they were like, yeah, that says only 10% off. I'm just like, man, that ad did not. That's not what the ad says. So I asked if I returned 2 statues because I called her first, and I said, how much? How much is too much? And she's like, well, how much did you spend, Steve? And
Busted.
I said, let's take a guess. Just shoot a number out at me. And she was like 100, and I was like, up. And then
what makes it even better is my wife is with it.
yeah, they were at the zoo and had all the kids, so they were really, really stressed out because my daughter was really young, and there was sugar involved in the zoo, and it was hot.
Yeah.
So, and it's just the 2 of them trying to round up kids, and so then I call her in the midst of this with this information, and when I dropped the 350 bomb, I don't think she's ever been that mad at me before. I don't think it's.
That topped everything.
Oh, honestly,
Oh,
it's because we were getting married in October. You know, it's in May, and so I was tapping into that money, and I told her we agreed on that, but we didn't really agree on the amount I was going to spend, and so she was just like, the silence on the phone told me that this was not going to fly. So because I think we agreed on 150, I think is what it came out to. So I went and returned 2 statues. And that was it. I think I just returned the 2 statues because that alone, because the statues I think were 150, so that alone was 150 off, and it ended up being right. It was a little bit more than 150, but so now when I come home and I'm like, I only spent $20. It could have been 350. Yeah. So I get away with it more. I get away with it a lot more. So it's.
Yeah, that was a confusing thing. Yeah, that just meant that it had a C on the tag.
Yeah, we didn't get that. Now we're veterans and we know, and we get. So, but I mean, now the ads are more clear because definitely next year I looked and I was just like, let's see. And I don't know who did the next year's ad, but it was definitely more clear on what was happening. So.
Cool.
But. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We try.
So. But I'm not hating on the store or anything.
No,
yeah.
that's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, sorry. No, but he was really cool about it. He returned our stuff, no problem. I explained the situation, told him that I was going to die. That if he didn't let me return the stuff, I was literally gonna go home and he would never see me again.
Yeah, never, ever.
So I think it was Tracy. I think it was
A couple months later, body found in the.
Yeah, exactly.
In the wood.
That was.
At a wedding.
Yeah, both of us too.
Yeah, it was. Body found a wood, and strangely there were statues surrounding this comic book statues.
Like 100, 125, and I spent almost $200. She was like, "All right, so what are you taking back?"
Yeah, so.
Don't even worry about them going back in.
And we were like, man, I hope they let us return it. But no, he was really cool about it.
Yeah, we do.
Like, don't let me be those guys.
Yeah, that's what we said. That's the biggest thing. Was like we had to have the discussion that we were about to be those guys, and that was the problem. We were like, man, I really don't want to be. Heather was like, you're going to be that guy. Like you're that guy, or you're gonna be that guy by yourself.
Believe me, over the years I've been working in the store off and on for 20 years, and I know dealt with a lot of boyfriends and husbands, so I know the whole.
Just walking back in like I just.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
I'm sorry.
I understand that. I know. I usually say, yeah, I know you didn't get it cleared with the boss. I understand. We'll work it out. So
let's go. All right. Well, sounds good, and we'll see you again. Halloween. Yeah, we'll be back.
No, it's the
full
26th.
Full 26th. We'll be back full force. We'll have some games and stuff. We didn't really games anything because we didn't know how crazy it was going to be or not today.
We'll have guests. It'll be pretty much like a free comic book day. We hadn't decided on any sales yet or not, but we're definitely going to have the free comics and guests here.
Okay, maybe we can find some a DC trivia book. Cause
last time was a Marvel book.
Yeah, it was a Marvel book. Maybe I can find an easier DC trivia book, like a trivia book that's about lore. See, the Marvel trivia book was about like writers and artists from like the 60s and 70s. So it was. I'm just not up to that verse. But. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we'll go from there and we'll figure it out. All right. Well, we appreciate you sitting with us, Dan.
Hey, no problem.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
If you live in Columbia, we're off of Bush River Road. We're not live, so the sale will probably be over by the time we get it posted. But
that's okay.
But we're here.
The eBay store. You guys have an eBay store?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so you check out the eBay store. Stuff's always on sale.
Our website, too, heroesanddragons.com.
When's the next vault opening for old school stuff?
So I got to stare. October the 12th.
October 12th. So
Yeah.
that'll definitely be posted for October 12th.
Yep.
Old school comics and stuff. Right.
All the stuff. Chris's personal collection, some stuff from his personal collection.
Oh wow.
Stuff from the con stocks, stuff like that.
Action Comics #1.
Never
I'm
know.
just kidding.
Never know. He's probably had it.
Wow. I wouldn't know.
He's had
I wouldn't
Marvel-
know what to do with Action Comics #1. If you
He's
want
had
to see
Marvel
Stevie
Comics
B
one, so-
instantly cry and fall into a ball, hand him a copy of Action Comics #1. But all right. Well, we thank you, time. We appreciate
Hey,
it.
no
Appreciate you for
problem
having
at
us out.
Yep. All right,
All right,
and we'll be right back with the rest of the podcast in a little bit. A lot of editing I'm going to have to do later.
That's all right. I mean, you have to do it, not us. So.
Yeah. Ha ha.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go with the end of the show, it was great to for Dan to sit down with us. It was great for Heroes and
He's
Dragons.
such a
to
nice
host
guy,
us
man.
Again. It's great to sit down at a comic book store and just talk about comics.
It's a blast, man. That's why I get in trouble when I come home late every Wednesday. Sometimes I stay here for like an hour and she's like, "Well, I'm cooking dinner right now, so when you get home is when you get home." It's like,
Nice.
Oh, my bad, sweetheart.
I'm
on the way.
So before we go, we just wanted to talk about, of course, the Heroes and Dragons had a big Labor Day weekend sale. Like everything 25 or 50% off. Comic books were like 50% off, right?
Yeah, there were some comics that are 50% off. Yeah, all toys and stuff were 25% off.
Yeah, we definitely saw your toys.
Definitely got. Well, hold on. Okay. This is what I got. I got Krauser. You take that closer. It's Krauser from Resident Evil 4. I have a Resident Evil 4 figure collection, which I'm going to add now Krauser and Ada Wong. Can you do upskirt for me because she has
No.
Oh, no upskirt?
No upskirt.
But she has no panties. Oh, thank you. And should I show my B-Wing, or do you think everybody's seen it enough already?
We've seen enough of the B.
No, show the B-Wing.
And of course.
Oh, the B-Wing. Oh, don't break it. You break it, you bought it.
You gotta lift both sides at the same time.
Wait, quick. Turn it. Watch the cockpit.
Oh.
Awesome.
Wow.
Oh, there it goes again. Oh, one more time. Stop.
Wait,
Don't.
just-
No. Boys. Give me back my B-Wing. Give me back my B-Wing. And the comics I picked up.
I love how it's called a B-wing, but it looks like a T. Just
Yeah,
saying.
right? George Lucas couldn't spell.
It's sort of a B.
Where?
I wonder why it's not called the T-Wing. You're absolutely right. Shouldn't it have been the T-Wing?
It should have been the T-wing.
You want to show those?
It's the same thing with the Y-wing. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like a Y-Wing looks like a Y. An X-Wing looks like an X. Okay, these are the comics I got. I got Superior Spider-Man Team Up issue 2.
do we really need to show all of them?
Memorial to Superman, because it's on sale.
That's right.
Because it's on sale.
Cable and X-Force.
Cable and X-Force.
You can just stop. The rest are all Cable and X-Force. I was trying to finish my collection.
Cable and X-Force.
It's really good.
Okay.
But I missed like 3 issues. So that's what I got.
Preach, what did you pick up today?
Well, I think I got some of my son's stuff in here too.
How about yeah, exactly. What did you get for you?
Well, me, I got the first
Batman
couple.
Instead of
Of,
the kid just chilling
first
in
couple
front of
of
the camera.
issues, Batman, Superman,
Awesome.
and then I was behind on my Batman comic, so I'm picking up 21, 22, and 23, and then I'm just picking up issue 16 of Superior Spider-Man so that I can find out what's going on. Just
Amen
start
to
there.
that.
As I said before, you don't care about Peter Parker anymore.
You will not.
No. It's
You will
good.
not.
I mean, you agree with me.
I do agree with you.
Thank you.
Because I was butthurt as well that they kill off Peter Parker and it was Doc Ock. Read issue 1. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Read all the way through issue 10. It's amazing.
All right, and what'd you get? You got
I didn't really buy anything new because all the stuff I've already read before, but because of the fact that I got them on digital, because I was
Don't
just
say that
lazy.
at the comic book store.
Calm down. Shh. Well, I mean, I had to come back. I had no choice but to come back because I had to pick up Quantum and Woody #1 from Valiant Comics, and I also picked up Green Lantern Corps 21, with the first issue with the new creative team. And I also picked up, what was my other one I picked up? Oh, Larfleeze #1. So I had to pick up my Green Lantern stuff. So I picked up a lot of the issues that, I want signed and I want in my collection box. And I'm going to have to borrow some bags and boards. Not borrow, but take.
Wow.
You know they're 25 cents up there. You can buy a bag and board 25 cents.
Oh.
Yeah, or
There you go.
or 10 for $2.
Do you need 50 cents? I'll give you 50 cents.
You're going to give me 50 cents?
Or 10 for $2.
I'll give you 350.
Just saying.
I don't need 350.
Well, all right.
He
Okay.
does.
Well, that's what we got.
All right. Well, again, it was awesome hanging out with you guys again. But Steven smells again.
Wow. Yeah, it's hot. We don't have a fan.
It's hot as crap in here.
The AC.
Yeah, it's really hot.
But again, thank you to Heroes and Dragons for letting us come back to the store and do our podcast thing. We will be back here at the store on October 26th.
Yep.
For the Halloween Free Comic Book Day. I'm going to call it that. Might as well.
Let's just call it Halloween for Comic Book Day.
Halloween for comic book.
Are we going to dress up?
We may dress up.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Now I want to dress up.
Stop it.
We may dress up.
Wait, does me wearing my ring count as dressing up?
No.
Sure.
Dang. Wait, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No,
because
no.
you're technically.
I'm well. If I wear like a Jon Stewart.
Do you really want to wear spandex?
If it feels comfortable.
All right. Okay.
Depends on how the weather goes. It is
Okay.
South Carolina.
Never forget Aquaman.
No. Wear a cup.
Or something.
Yeah, please, anything.
Well, Stevie B, where can we find you on Twitter?
At StevieB5986.
Preach.
At Preach NotA.
And you can, of course, find me at This Is Trex, and you can find the NotA podcast on Twitter at Nerds of the APOC, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Nerds of the Apocalypse. For all of us here at Heroes and Dragons, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. And remember, what's our sign off again?
Well, what did I say last week?
I don't know.
It just came to me. Now I forgot.
You just forgot, huh?
Oh.
The Force is not with us.
No, we'll just say Apocalypse Now.
Okay, there's just a spaz attack going on.
So, stop it.
Thank you all so much. And Apocalypse
Apocalypse
Now?
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now.
Do this.